Rishi Sunak has been handed a £23 billion hammer blow just hours into his bid to convince Tory members to elect him as the next Prime Minister. A surge in the cost of the UK's debt, fueled by soaring inflation, added to the country's budget deficit last month, official figures show. The Office for National Statistics reported today that public sector net borrowing rose to £22.8 billion in June from £12.6 billion in May. Figures show Britain racked up a staggering debt interest of £19.4 billion in June alone, which is more than double the previous record. The ONS said the leap in debt costs reflected a big increase in April of the Retail Price Index measure of inflation, which is the benchmark for index-linked government bonds. It comes as Mr. Sunak battles against Foreign Secretary Liz Truss for Conservative Party members' votes in the race to become the next leader and PM. Some Tories balk at the former Chancellor's record of raising the UK's tax burden to its highest in decades just as Britain was heading into a severe, cost-of-living squeeze with inflation starting to rise. Mr. Sunak has resisted promising immediate tax cuts, saying inflation has to be reined in first. Ms. Truss has described herself as the tax-cutting candidate, saying that increasing borrowing and cutting taxes would not increase inflation. She has insisted the orthodoxy of the Treasury and the opinions of many leading economists had failed to deliver economic growth. Tory MP Sir John Redwood, who backs Ms. Truss in the leadership campaign, told Express.co.uk, "The figures produced by the government over debt interest and the deficit show a big increase in debt cost owing to high inflation. The OBR for this reason forecasts a big collapse in debt interest over the next 2 years as inflation comes down. It's a strange definition of debt interest." Today's figures show Rishi Sunak does not understand what causes inflation or why the deficit has come in at very different figures to those the Treasury and OBR forecast. He believed the wrong forecasts of the past. Last year the March OBR forecast for the year ahead overstated the central government deficit by £131 billion. We need a PM who understands how all the money printed with Rishi Sunak's permission caused the inflation, and who will see that the deficit will come down if we grow and as inflation comes down. Inflation will fall next year. Even the Bank of England and Treasury forecast that. Rishi was right to sign off no more money printing late last year. Commenting on the above issue, someone said, "If Britain did its own reset and stopped nursing the rest of the world, change education to a financial bias and invested in ourselves like the Jewish model, we might have a chance of success. But the way it is right now, with millions resting on state benefits, we are doomed to a life of struggle. We need to cut down on the ballooned civil service ISO raising working-class taxes. The civil service needs to get off their backsides and back to work like everybody else. There are jobs that need to be done, but people are still hanging on to WFH while public services are going into disarray." How about you? What do you think about the above issue? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section and let's talk. If you find the video good, please don't regret one like and share them. Goodbye and see you in the next videos. Thank you.